Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome back to the channel. If you're new, make sure you hit the subscribe button so you get notified about an event that's happening tomorrow night, which is another live stream question and answer event with Lance from thetatraders.com. We're going to go through how we haven't lost a single trade in over 100 trades over the last year and a half. And I think it's something that's definitely worth watching. If you haven't watched it, Lance and I will be there to answer questions. Should be fun. If you want to sign up for the service that we're promoting for that, it's called Consistent Passive Profits. You can check out the link in the description below. It'll take you to this page about basically tells you about what the service involves with the bonuses and everything. So it seems really popular, and I think it's my favorite strategy going forward. Sort of focusing, putting more and more funds into this strategy as opposed to buying options. This is a future selling option strategy, so selling options contracts on the futures. So it's really fun, really cool, really high probability, and very safe once you know how. And that's where Lance comes in, teaching people how to manage their portfolios and maximize their potential returns on the money that they put into this strategy. So definitely worth checking out. It's in stark contrast to what we're talking about today, which is Bullseye Trades by Jeff Bishop. Now, Bullseye Trades is, if you don't already know, is a single trade. It's an options trade every Monday morning. It comes out pre-market. And basically, it's usually by a call or by a put on a particular stock. So this week it was, let's see, ERX. So yeah, so this week we're looking to buy calls on ERX, and this is logged into the dashboard on Raging Bull, but it's the email that comes out to subscribers every Monday morning before the market opens. And so this is what we got this week. The idea is to buy calls on ERX. So let's have a look down here. So he says, my plan for ERX this week is to get started on a half-size position today. Hopefully there'll be a dip so we can get calls at a lower price. I'd then like to add to this position if ERX gets to around 56 this week. My stop with the trade would be 54. On the upside, I'm looking for targets of 64. Okay, is that all he gave? I wasn't paying a lot of attention this week. So he talked about how tech stocks are going to march higher. Just sector rotation happening. So there are several earnings reports coming into the sector, so I'm going to play the ETF, which is a single stock that owns all the big energy firms. So basically, sector rotation was kind of the underlying principle here, but then he uses his Keltner channels and other technicals to pick the actual stock. So pretty interesting. It was a very boring week though. If you got in quickly, you'd have made quite a bit of money, but if you held off and waited for a dip or whatnot, it wasn't the best week at all. These have a really good track record though, so I've got a record of every one of these since the start of 2022. And the track record is pretty good, but you have to be able to sit through the volatility. Like there might be two or three 50% losers, and then a run of like 100% winners. The problem is people get shaken out on the losers if there's more than one or two, right? They're like, oh, this is terrible, I'm going to do something else. And that's understandable. So I'll leave a link in the description where you can go and buy Bullseye trades for just $97 for a whole year, which is fantastic. So definitely check that out as well. Let's have a look and see what ERX actually did. So I plotted it on Thinkorswim. This is actually the contract. So let's look at the actual underlying ERX. So this is ERX on TradingView, and on the left here is the Monday 24th when this came out, and then this is the Friday over here. And so you can see on the Monday morning, if you were quick, you could have had a really nice ride up, all the way up to like here, and that would have been quite a nice trade. The problem is it did run quite quickly, so I only know one person actually bought it quickly and got a really nice profit from it. Incidentally, this is Lux Algo indicators as well on the trade on the 5-minute chart. So you can see he actually marked good entry and exit points if you wanted to play this volatile range bound, which is what it really was. It was range bound. I've had success in the past getting in on these dips and peaks on these range bound bullseye trades though. and then it's just a bonus if they rip to the upside, you know, if you've got calls. So Lux Algo is really cool. I'll leave a link in the description. Go and check out Lux Algo if you haven't already. It can really add and help your already trading strategy, which will be pretty good. So this is the underlying ERX. I plotted the contracts. So if you remember, the contracts for ERX were August 11th, $60 calls near 180. So let's go and look at the contracts. So the price was, I'll mark 180. This is part of the problem, is that the 180 didn't really hit at the start. So this is Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. So the problem is you'd have had to chase up around $2, which is like here, which I'm reluctant to do with Bullseye trades. Usually I wait for a dip, and that never came this week, so I didn't get an entry on it. But I do know a couple of people that chased at 2 and ended up exiting at like 3 for a 50% gain, right? Which is pretty nice, really quickly as well. Same day or even next day. The problem is the people like me that always bargain hunt got left behind, so we didn't really get anything on this at all, which is a bit frustrating. It also never actually hit its target, so the target was 64, which is way up here. So we never actually came close to the target either. So even though there was ways to make money on this week's Bullseye trades, I still think it's something that probably have to call this one a break even. To be there was ways to play it, but I guess neutral, since it never really triggered a buy unless you chased. So kind of tricky. So overall, kind of a boring week. I looked at the comments. There wasn't that many comments. They're down here. It says, looks like it already took off. We'll wait for the next one. Yep, that's what I did. Sell options rather than buy them. Since you can sell. Let's see. There was one guy in here did actually chase it and got some profits. Going at 10.20 on a pullback to the 8.13 EMA cloud. And Jeff said, it's not my style to jump in at the open on Mondays, but I gotta say I missed so many great trades by waiting around. I might need to get a little more aggressive with the entries. Honestly, I agree. This year, like, being more aggressive with the entries will have yielded better results. Last year, however, being very conservative and waiting for dips was definitely the way to go with Bullseye trades. So I'm having the same problem as the market's changed, and our strategy of playing Bullseye trades probably has to change as well, because I've been left out of so many nice moves just because I've been hesitant from being kind of tentative from the whole of 2022, where things would dip 30% on the Bullseye trades, and then you could get in for and really get some nice profits. So overall, I'd say this is a bit of a wash, though, unfortunately. I don't think it worked so well. Anyway, make sure you check the links in the description below. Subscribe to the channel so you don't miss tomorrow's live stream. And I'll talk to you guys soon.